Let's ride.
The revolution will be live.
More manigrophies? Can't throw at Republican and take a break.
I would sell you a map of Don't complain to me if you want some. I had to use magic. Don't ask about it.
messenger just brought me this letter. It's from my foster brother Quistley, of all people. I wasn't even sure he could write legibly. And I have to say, I'm not sure Quistley wants me to come to Daggerfall. He was even sort of polite about it. He says he needs my help with a personal problem. Which, of course, is no great surprise. He says he found an old letter in Lord Sylvel's study. A letter about my mother. She died when I was very young, and I'm not sure how exactly she knew the Sylvels. But I want to know more. What do you think about a trip to Daggerfall? Here, you can read the letter for yourself, if you're curious. I wonder what sort of mess Quistley's managed to get himself into this time. I've seen it 100 times. All of the Sylvels have a way of warming up when they need me to do something for them. Offering something of value for my help? Something about my mother? That's new. Not much, I'm afraid. I was very young. But I've always wondered why she left me with the Sylvels. They weren't related to her or my father. I never found a satisfactory answer, only that I had no family left, and I should be grateful that they took me in. In time, I learned that my father was the last of the Halixes. My mother, though... I asked Lord Sylvel about her family a time or two, but he never said much. He could, but he knows I would break his bloody nose. No, Quistley got himself into some new trouble, so he went looking for something he knew I'd want. And he's right, damn it. What has Lord Sylvel been keeping from me? My foster brother. You've met him. The Sylvels took me in when I was young, and we were raised together. Although I never really belonged to the family. Quistley is the Sylvel's son, no matter how many times he disappoints them. We saved Quistley Sylvel from being sacrificed by the daughter of Sithis in Deepscorn Hollow, near Leowen. The idiot thought he was in love with the leader of a death cult. Can you believe he was angry that we saved him? He'll be in the Rosy Lion. It's his home away from home. There's something wonderful about wandering a city's streets with no destination.
I can't promise I'll remember any of this.
Crawl went out to sea one day. If cool your bed off her head, beneath the sea of gray, beneath the sea of gray.
Ah, there you are. I knew you'd come.
I'm here, Quistley. What do you want? And what do you have for me?
Easy, Bastian. You seem a bit irritated. Why don't I talk to your reasonable friend here?
Now just... Fine. That's probably for the best.
I remember you. It's fortunate that you're here. I have some information that may make Bastian angry, even though it's not my fault. However, I need help with a personal matter. I am betrothed. An arranged match, but a rather good one. I have a Sylvel heirloom, a ring to present to my affianced. Or rather, I had it. While enjoying the end of my bachelorhood, I lost it to a woman named Granetta. She's with the bandits who hide out at Ilasan Tower. If you and Bastian find her, you'll find the ring. In return, I'll give him the old letter my father kept from him. It's from a Halix family servant. I had nothing to do with that. I just found the letter while searching for a little gold to buy back the ring. But if it motivates Bastian to help me out, then we both win. Go get the ring. I'll meet you nearby and give Bastian the letter then. I know Bastian and I haven't always gotten along, but I don't want to jeopardize this arrangement. My bride-to-be is from a very good family. I'm turning over a new leaf, I swear it. I won't need Bastian's help in the future. Well, I feel that my misdeeds have been exaggerated. but my father has made it clear that if I were to damage our new alliance with the Bouchent family through my youthful indiscretions, well, I have cousins who could inherit in my place. To be frank, it's an alliance. The Bouchents have their concerns, thanks to many baseless slanders about me, but the advantages to both families are significant. I am fond of Morian, though. I want her to think well of me. And risking my father's anger by meddling in business he did not want to come to light. If it weren't for me, Bastian would never even know that letter existed. Let's just say I'm being practical for once.
Illisan Tower? Fine, let's be on our way. Quickly, before I'm tempted to beat some sense into Quisly. This looks like the place Quisly told us about. Hold up. Let's talk before we go in. Remember, rooting out a nest of bandits is a secondary concern today. We just need to find this Granetta and convince her to give back the Sylvel heirloom ring, one way or another. Then we'll see what Quisly found. I heard plenty about my father's treason. I think the Sylvels wanted me to understand how fortunate I was that they took me in. About my mother? The Sylvels only said she died of shame. Oh, and I had an older sister, who died too. It may sound foolish, but I'd dearly like to know why my mother decided to send me to the Sylvels. We're not even related. And I want to know more about how she and my sister died. Shame usually isn't fatal. This had better be worth it, or I'm knocking him out again. Did I ever tell you that I once found Quisly in a brothel, with his leg manacled to a bed? I didn't enjoy explaining that one to his parents. Looks like Quisly's in luck. The ring is still here. Better be outside with my letter.
over here! Did you find it?
We found your ring. Now give me my letter.
Ring first, please. I wouldn't put it past you to take it straight to Father and make me get it from him.
Put it past me? I keep my word, Quisly. But deal with my comrade if it makes you feel better.
I thought I'd wait out here, out of sight from the scoundrels who hide in that old tower. I really need that ring back. I'm supposed to present it to my betrothed at a gathering tonight. Do you have it? I brought it. I wouldn't go back on my word. Don't you make that face at me, Bastian. Look, I don't want to disappoint Morianne, and I've promised my parents that I won't. This is the last time I wish to involve Bastian in my affairs. None the worse for its travels, thank the gods. Bastian's letter is right there. I can't tell you why my father held on to it. So, Bastian, you should have no quarrel with me. I think this successfully concludes our business. I never gave it much thought, to be honest. My father only said it was an obligation, and that Sylvels should live up to their obligations. I was angry about it at times. Some days I resented Bastian's presence in our house. Isn't it obvious? Bastian never got into trouble. When I didn't study, my parents would point at Bastian and ask why I couldn't be more like him. I thought they cared more for him than for me, until my father took me aside and explained things. That Bastian was not a Sylvel and never would be. My parents saw to his needs, and when he was grown, they gave him important work in looking after the family's business interests. I would expect more gratitude on his part, frankly.
Why would Lord Sylvel keep a letter intended for me? Read it, would you? If it's some sort of terrible news, at least you can break it to me gently.
I've a fine selection to choose from. Open for business.
You don't look horrified, so I suppose I should screw up my courage and read it for myself. Let me see it, please. I think I remember Inaliath. A little wood elf lady. She was kind to me. Why would Lord Sylvel keep this from me? What became of my mother's jewels? Why was I not sent to my sister? That's what I was told, but I don't understand. Clearly, my sister was alive at the time my mother told Inaliath to take me to her. Did she die before we left Daggerfall? I I need to go to Redford trading post in Grotwood. Inaliath might have answers. This all would have been much easier if Lord Sylvel hadn't concealed so much from me. I imagine he'd say that he did it for my own good, but I admit, I've got some ugly suspicions about his motives. What game was he playing? My father was Lord Martel Hallex, and he was a traitor to the crown. He was a trusted advisor to High King Emmerich, but when I was only 2, he plotted to arrange the king's murder and assume power. My father was found out, though. The king had him executed, and stripped House Hallex of its lands. She was questioned rigorously, but the king's agents couldn't prove that she knew anything of my father's plot. Emmerich spared her life, but the shame of the whole affair broke her heart, or so I've been told. She died. This all would have been much easier if Lord Sylvel hadn't concealed so much from me. I imagine he'd say that he did it for my own good, but I admit, I've got some ugly suspicions about his motives. What game was he playing?
Dad's letter claimed old Mert over there was highly peeved about whatever deal he made with my mother falling through. I just assume avoid catching an earful, so if you could ask about Irene as a neutral party, he may be more willing to cooperate.
I guess we should just ask around? Someone must know Inaliath.
Inventory and deliveries do not get sorted by themselves. This one is rather busy. Inaliath, you are several weeks too late. Poor thing. Veza was not here when it happened. Nellor the innkeeper found coins missing and blamed Inaliath. Sent her off just like that, after Inaliath worked here for years. She would never steal. She went into the woods. The wood elves, they love their trees, but Inaliath is not young anymore. This one worries. Veza thinks she made camp somewhere south of the village.
I may not be as spry as I once was, but I am still good with a bow, and I know this part of the Grotwood better than most. I can look out for myself if I need to. Bastion! That little lad grown to such a big man. I have wondered and worried about him for so many years. Leaving him with the Savelles never sat right. That wasn't true. Clarine married Count Orzin of Wayrest. Just last year I asked a traveller from Stormhaven about them. He told me the Orzins and their children were well. Are you saying that poor Bastion was never sent to her? That was not what his lady mother wanted. Knowing that Bastion still had his sister was a comfort to her in her last days. And what of the jewels she provided? What did Lord Sylvel do with Bastion's fortune? Disgraceful. Why, you poor lad. The king's officials thought Lady Clarine might be disloyal too. They commanded me to take young Bastion to the house of a minor lord and keep him there for a few months until they were sure she had nothing to do with Lord Halix's treason. Someone in his court did. The Sylvels had a young lad of their own. They were close at hand, and there were no doubts about their loyalties. Lord Sylvel wasn't terribly happy about it, but he agreed to put up Bastion until things got sorted out. Lord Sylvel took them for safekeeping. He was supposed to send them with Bastion to Lady Clarine when the time came, but I don't know what happened after I was dismissed. Lord Sylvel said that Bastion would be cared for and wouldn't be my worry any longer. And he hinted that the king's officials had suspicions about some of us who served the Halixes. I'm ashamed to say that I took his gold and ran for home. Oh, my little lord. It does my heart good to see you grown and well.
Nalieth, I do remember you. Is what you say true? I was to be sent to my sister and her family?
Your mother insisted on it. She wanted you to be with your kin. Why that never happened, I don't know.
That is a mystery I want to solve. I need to speak to my friend here first, but I have so many questions for you. All these years, I assumed my mother had preferred to die instead of living with her disgrace, even if that meant leaving a small child alone in the world. But she didn't. And the sister I thought was dead is alive? I feel relieved, I suppose, and confused. It's strange. My mother made arrangements for me. I wasn't just forgotten. Why did Lord Sylvel? I want to meet her, of course. But I wonder if perhaps she didn't want a tie to our disgraced family. Or maybe she didn't want to be burdened with a child to raise. I need to think. I don't want to just appear on her doorstep, you know? I do. Unraveling my past has long been a dream of mine. But I have to admit, I never expected to feel so, well, nervous about finding out how I came to be where I was raised. I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you. I'm not far off anytime you need me, but I'm anxious to learn more about my mother and sister, and I want to make sure Inaliath has somewhere safer to stay. I'd like to think the Halixes owe her that much for her service. I'm listening. What's on your mind? I trust you. There aren't many people I would say that about. I'm not far off anytime you need me, but I'm... I'm not far off anytime you...
Dad's letter claimed old Mert over there was highly peeved about whatever deal he made with my mother.
Yeah. Yeah. Search my packs. You will find nothing. This one is innocent. I'm gonna go out.
You hear the vice cannons rooted out a Dominion camp in those Daedric ruins?
Do I know you? I don't believe I do. Huh. I don't see how that's any of your affair. But if you must know, I did cross paths with that unscrupulous dark elf, and I'm worse for it. What's your interest in Irene? I suppose she cheated you as well. She came to me seeking information, and given our long-standing association, I entrusted her with it on the assurance that she would do me a simple favor in return. Instead, she ran off and played me for a fool. No one makes a fool of me. And I really need the antique inkpot she promised to procure. I'll tell you what I told Irene, but only after my inkpot is returned to me and not a moment sooner. I'll not have my good faith taken advantage of again. My inkwell is currently in the possession of a banker here, the result of an ill-advised card game. They seem to enjoy lauding their victory over me, so they refuse to part with it at any price. I want a return. It's one of a kind. The first work of the current Sapiarch of Shape and Form when they were still a student. Irreplaceable. I never thought an Argonian would beat me at the cards, but the banker has more of a head for numbers than I expected. I didn't. I just got so thoroughly thrashed at the table that I needed to offer collateral. Underroot must have known what a singular treasure it is. Now that she has it in her greedy claws, she'll never let it go. Willingly, anyway.
caught the gist of that. That Swit actually wanted my mom to rob a bank. I'm glad she had enough sense not to go through with it. Unless the reason we haven't heard from her is because she's in jail. No, she wouldn't. I mean, adventuring can be dirty business. My family is nothing but a bunch of no-good tomb robbers, depending on who you ask. But there's a big difference between digging through old ruins for treasure and outright stealing. No, if that were the case, she'd have written my father to pay her bounty. And while he should let her sit and learn her lesson, he's too much of a softie. She probably ran off like Mert said. So now it's us who have to get our hands dirty. Let's hope so. But if we do wind up breaking the law, I could have a worse partner in crime. You're a good friend. I can't believe I have to steal from a bank for my own fetching mother. This is why no one takes our house seriously.
Ugh.
Ben just told me about the... Casual, just two people admiring the decorations. Oh, this is such a nice bank, isn't it? Oh, such refined taste.
Barge in, why don't you? It's not like I'm trying to work. This is a private office. Well, as private as an office could be that has no door or walls and barely fits a desk. I used to work in a much larger bank. Of course you are. Let me guess. Mir Tulavon's still trying to get his antique inkwell back. I swear, ever since Under Route 1, that cursed thing, it's been one bother after another. I suppose it makes a nice distraction from the tedium. Not much of a windfall, but I suppose it'll take me a moment or two to update my ledger. I'm sure you can see yourself out. I'll just be over here counting my gold.
Dare I ask, is the deed done? Is my little treasure to be returned to me at last? Do you have any idea how rare it is for a creation this ugly to survive on Somerset? Let alone one made by the premier authority on sculpture? I even had the original assignment's written grade. Barely satisfactory. It's priceless. At least Irene had an appreciation for rarities. I sent her to meet another antiquity hunter I deal with who made a discovery in Stone Falls that Irene would be interested in. Too interested. Edvilda Stonestalker. She was probing my interest in Dwemer relics. I've no interest in it, but I knew Irene has an unhealthy interest in them. She was camped near Steenfont, last I heard. That's all I can tell you, so our business is concluded.
Killed her. Let's search the camp. Did Edwilda write down anything important? Mom was definitely here. She had to have gone in a hurry if she left this scarf behind. Did Edwilda write down anything that would clue us in on where my mother's gone? Oh, not that fetching thing again! Mom... She's been chasing after my grandfather's Dwemer puzzle box for decades. Ever since the old mer joined our ancestors at the tomb. It's her obsession. Don't tell me they got into a fight over it. Great. Just great. So the shifty Nord met my mother out here and ran afoul of bandits? That explains what happened to Edwilda, but Mom's not here, thank feck. But if she'd escaped, we'd have heard from her, right? They must have taken her captive. I've never been to the Inner Sea Armature, but it must not be too far from Edwilda's camp. 3. I hope Mum's all right. Never used to fight this much, until I met you.
Miri? Miri, am I glad to see you, Scrib. Get me out of these shackles.
Mom, do you have any fetching idea how worried I... Wait, are you cooking?
Don't mind Miri. She takes too much after her father. I've been dying to finally meet the person my daughter's been adventuring with. Though I hadn't planned on being chained up like a common criminal upon our first meeting. I was negotiating a lead from a contact I met out by Steamfont, and talks got a little heated. She was trying to take me for a ride, I could tell, and we must have caught the attention of these feckless swits. They tried to rob us. She tried to make a run for it, and they cut her down without a second thought. Figured I'd take my chances with another approach. Offered to be their cook if they spared my life. Fortunately, they aren't picky. I was beginning to run out of recipes. No, I suppose not. Won't be long before one of these fools gets bored or hungry and comes to swipe something from the pantry. You've done a fine job looking after Miri, so I'll follow your lead. But don't...
Can we please just get out of here now? You leave.
nicely done. I can see why you like them, Miri.
Don't think you're free and clear just because we escaped the bandits. What were you thinking?
Oh, come now, Miri. I've been doing this since before you were in diapers.
And you're not getting any younger. We almost lost Liam, and you nearly lost this. Would you trade it for that stupid puzzle box?
Liam's scarf? Miri, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I worried you all. It's just... I'll let it go.
We love you, Mom. We're your family. Go home. I know it probably seems like I'm being harsh, but Mom's been at this more times than I can count. She promises to give up on it, but then she catches some whiff of a lead about that damn box and she's off like a race squaw. This time, death was the only thing that stopped my grandfather from chasing after that stupid trinket. I don't want it to be the same for her. You can only keep rolling the dice in this life for so long. I hope so. Probably not. But I've weighed her down with enough guilt to hold her for a little while, at least. Either way, sorry for dragging you into my family drama. Are you kidding? If I don't get you out of here, she'll make you meet the entire extended family. Davin's watch is just down the road. She can make her way home from there. Thank you for putting up with all this. I'll make it up to you. I have another favor to ask, if it's not too much trouble. Mom will try her best to put her search for that puzzle box behind her, but I know her. The moment she catches wind of another flimsy lead, she'll be off looking just one more time. She's only going to stop when it's found, or she's dead. Want to? No. Need to? Probably. My mom's been trying to fulfill her filial duty since she buried my grandfather. I'd rather not come by it the same way. I was thinking I'd pay the old Mer a visit at our ancestral tomb. My grandfather should be interred in our family tomb in Othrenus. At least, I think that's what Mom said. She's never taken me to see him. I don't think she's been back there since the day he was buried. She doesn't want to face him empty-handed. Well, I'm not just thinking of finally paying my respects. I can summon his ancestor spirit to the tomb. I'm hoping my grandfather can tell us something about his missing puzzle box that will help put this fetcher fly hunt to rest. Like I said, I don't think she's spoken with him since he died. Mom never talks about my grandfather. I get the impression that they weren't close. He was obsessed with that puzzle box. When it was stolen, getting it back was all he could think about. I don't think Mom gives two swits about the box. She just wants him to acknowledge her. Maybe I can convince him to free her from her duty. Othrenus is in Stone Falls. I can't speak for the condition of the tomb, so we should assume it's dangerous.
Well, this little misadventure wasn't a total wash. I did finally get to meet you. Don't be a stranger now. I'll expect Miri to bring you by for tea and biscuits. Her father has a sauce for the best scrib jelly.
Granddad's tomb is on the eastern side, toward the back. There, that's his shrine. Tomb, whatever. You light the candles, I'll mutter the... This is the family plot. Light the votive candles, would you? I'll begin the incantation. Grandfather, house of my house, blood of my blood, the daughter of your daughter summons you. Come forth and share your wisdom.
Daughter of my daughter? Pah! Strangers both. I have nothing to say to the likes of you. My daughter leaves me to rot for decades, and this is how I'm greeted? Roused from a neglected grave by a stranger who happens to share my blood? And a filthy noir? Is that what Irene has been doing all these years? Raising this whelp in the lap of luxury with that spineless Lalu boy while I molder in an early grave? Such ingratitude. Then perhaps this child is less a fool and ingrate than my own. No doubt you've been told I died in pursuit of my stolen puzzle box, but that is not the whole story. I was murdered. I came too close to I was betrayed by one whom I called friend. We whiled away many nights, unlocking the secrets of that dwarven puzzle, but on the cusp of the solution it vanished from my collection. When I came too close, Onimiril was the Mer who wronged me. A guild mage of Volkelgard. A silver-tongued liar who cheated me out of my dearest possession and my life. Return what's mine. Bring me the puzzle box, and Irene's failings will be forgiven. Because she is a disappointment, as she has always been, Swit. A Dunmer with her upbringing should have paid her respects to me 100 times over. Her contempt for tradition is a blight on our house. Fair, Close. We are family. Close has nothing to do with it. She was born and raised to carry on the legacy of our house. It was her duty to bring prestige and prosperity to our name as we have for generations, not run off with some feckless Hlalu. Of course not! She was intended to be betrothed to the Housefather's firstborn, not some 10th-rate house cousin she fetched trinkets for. With a word, she could have elevated our station to the great houses. I ask so little, and she delivers less. It was a singular find, the greatest in my career. A Dwemer puzzle box of such complexity and beauty that it could only truly be appreciated by a great mind. Onimiril understood that. We knew that this device hid answers to worth killing over, at least. I underestimated Onimiril's ambitions. I didn't think High Elves had the stomach for theft and murder. I should never have shared that box with anyone. It was meant for me and me alone. He was behind me at every turn, studying the puzzle box, commiserating its loss, guiding me in searching for it. He was clever enough to keep my attention focused outward, staying in my blind spot until the very moment he pushed me to my death. Anyone who knew that device's true value would never let it go. He'd never part with it willingly, no matter how much its maddening design might thwart him. My only consolation is my certainty that the puzzle has tormented him ever since he stole it.
What an ass. I can see why Mom wasn't keen to visit all these years. I can't believe she spent so many years trying to please that fetcher. Don't I know? I suppose I should be more grateful to Mom and Dad for letting me be my own person. I had no idea. If my father talked to me that way, I'd have pushed him off a ledge myself. Only so I could shove it up his ashes. This is important to my mother. I'm doing this for her, not that old swit. Let's head to Volkhelgard, see if we can find this Onimeril. I may want to shake his hand. My grandfather said Onimeril was a guild mage from Volkhelgard. Maybe we'll find him there, or at least find someone who knows where he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Master Onimeril is gone now, and...
Onimeril's departure is no excuse. You two are mages of the guild first. I expect to see you both in my office shortly.
Oh dear. This one is in trouble now. Oh, Takano will get in trouble, now that Kalia is keeping an eye on things. Ah, yes. Takano was one of Onimeril's apprentices before he was kicked out of the guild. Well, you see, as Onimeril's apprentice, this one was afforded certain privileges. His master was not so particular about the rules of the guild, so his banishment was not all that surprising. This one might have turned Onimeril's other apprentice Arlette into a chicken. She has run off, and should his new master discover Takano's error, he is certain to be expelled. If you return poor, befouled Arlette, this one fears Arlette will be tempted by the cranes near the Salted Wings Tavern and wind up someone's dinner. Please find her quickly. She had lustrous blue-green feathers. Takano is certain she will stand out, for better or worse. This one certainly hopes to get the opportunity to try, but that will not matter if Arlette is feathered and fried. Onimeril's former apprentices are on probation, and his new instructor watches us like a hawk. It is only by some miracle that she did not witness Takano's terrible error. But she will discover it if Arlette does. Takano will wait here.
hope this is the right one, or it's going to make for an interesting scene back at the guild.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why anyone would eat chicken when they could have a plump pony gua.
You're back, and you come bearing foul. Oh, yes, that looks to be Arlette. He can see the profound sadness in her eyes. Or judgment, but either is a good sign. Such a relief. This one was shedding most profusely from nerves. Oh, of course, of course. Onimaril was expelled from the guild not long ago, as you know. But he did not call the guild hall his home. He was very secretive and kept to a small wilderness retreat northwest of Skywatch. Not to speak ill of his former master, but Takano thinks you should know that Onimaril was expelled from the guild for dabbling in forbidden magic. This one never saw it for himself, his master. Takano hopes this works.
Takano! I ought to in your ears for... Did I just cluck? I can't... I can't... Damn it! I can't believe Takano turned me into a chicken! Next time we practice, I am the one trying out new spells. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Finest quality merchandise.
Never have enough of that.
Braylon sent you, didn't he? He'll never have it back.
Not much of a treat, if you ask me. Let's see if Onimaril left anything helpful behind. find anything useful in all that scribble? Looks like trying to solve that puzzle box took its toll on Onimeril. Why were he and my grandfather so enamored with this thing? I get that, but I also get the impression that Onimeril's finding the answers he wants to find. Sometimes a riddle is just a riddle. At least his destination was clear enough. Hopefully the box is still in that dwarven ruin. I don't know. It's not like I've ever laid eyes on the thing. I just don't see how some hunk of dwarven junk can be worth everything these two have sacrificed. If we do find it and I start going crazy, do me a favor and smash the fetching thing.
Yeah.
Wait.
Something tells me Onimeril's theory didn't pan out. Maybe be gentle with that box. Feeling all right? No all-consuming desire to solve the unknowable mystery? Great, let's get out of here. can't say I understand what all the fuss was about. It's a box. A fancy box, but a box nonetheless. Hard to imagine that this piece of fetching garbage has caused my family so much anguish. I'll be happy to bury it. I'll send word to my mother to meet us in Athrenis. We will deliver it to my family's plot, and hopefully she'll find some closure with my bull netch of a grandfather. My granddad doesn't deserve Mom's devotion, or forgiveness, but if it frees her of her guilt and obligations, she'll be safe and I'll be happy. Come on, let's not tempt fate by lingering with that thing.
Miri? Is that you? It had better not be another skeleton. Father.
You finally did your duty. Or rather, your daughter and some Noir did. Success, once removed, is so very like you.
All you've ever cared about was what I could do for you. Well, this is the last favor.
That goes for us, as well.
You've set a poor example for your daughter, always putting your whims before the good of the house.
You can stuff the fetching house. Our family is more than just your legacy. Come on, Mom. We're wasting our breath.
Well, Outlander, at least you understand the value of doing what you're told. Does the House Father heap gratitude upon his vassals for paying tributes left long overdue? I have been wronged. My forgiveness will not come so cheaply. I will not be lectured on the matters of my house by some uppity Noir. Oh, fine. I will be the bigger mayor. Let it not be said that I was never magnanimous.
Damn ancestors. If they want to make such a big deal of us paying our respects, they can put more effort into paying them back. Huh. Grudges and curses are done merry traditions dating back to the Anticipations. Just because they're old doesn't make them good. I'm happy to leave all that to rot with Granddad and his stupid gold brick. But it looks like Mom is willing to forgive. She has nothing to regret. She did everything she could. That damn box was the last excuse that could be made for why they were estranged. They still can't make up after this. Granddad's just a fetching asshole. Either way, she'll be fine. No, we should give her and Granddad some space. They have a lot to catch up on, assuming they don't just start cursing each other out. We've done our part. Let's get back to saving the world. Or whatever. If you keep helping us out like this, Mom's liable to adopt you, for which I apologize ahead of time.
If you want my advice on carrying on our
My family
name,
deals in
may
collectibles,
come to me
and
again.
this reminded me of you.
Oh,
So-
may I?
Here.
How gracious. I can manage without you, Father, but I may come again to visit.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can I do for you?
Master Merrick, where are you?
Looking to craft some sturdy light.
You were at Faldar's Tooth when Thalik tried to open a portal to Oblivion.
Welcome to the
I hope not. Strife keeps our culture strong.
The revolution will be live.